100 for 100, the podcast for people who are just getting the film, man, who don't know what exactly they all want to watch if they're inundated by the glut, the sheer numbers of film. You know how many movies get put out in a year? If you're looking at dipping your toes into the world of cinema, man, there's a lot of options out there. So I found 100 fairly easily accessible films for you to check out, and then I ranked those 100 movies like the buffoon that I am. It kept me up at night trying to rank these joints, but I got it done. So these are the 100 films, and each one of them is joined with a 100-word review provided by me, yours truly, C, the host of this establishment, the creator of the Pop Riggin Network, and the man with all the bad ideas. If you remember yesterday, because we were putting these out one by one, the first 100 days of the year. Yesterday, we talked about the number 89 spot in 1995's Toy Story. Check out Toy Story. If you haven't, why haven't you? It's Toy Story. But today we're here to talk about what's holding down that 88th spot. That's what you want to talk about. And to find that out, we go only a year back from Toy Story, from 1994. A little indie film directed by Kevin Smith, a joint called Clerks. Just because they serve you doesn't mean they like you. And the 100-word review for Clerks goes as such. The first film from veteran director Kevin Smith, Clerks is the story of two stuck-in-a-rut convenience store employees at different stages in their lives. Lives? Damn, I need an editor. Featuring characters that in the hands of other filmmakers would never have been seen again, Clerks is the first step to building one of the earliest examples of the cinematic universe. While it was shot on a shoestring budget, what lacks in funds is more than made up for in humor, heart, and inventiveness. An excellent orator, watching this film with Kevin Smith and company's humorous rambling commentary makes for an even better viewing of the film. I love Clerks. It came for me at the right time. It is a wonderful film. It hit just right when I was kind of maybe 3 years younger than our protagonists, than Dante and Randall. I was heading towards a similar situation as them. So it kind of resonated with me. That and Kevin Smith's writing made it a very humorous joint. I will always love this movie. I haven't had a chance to sit down and rewatch it in quite some time, but I feel like it needs to happen sooner rather than later. Man, this is the film that taught me how to write comedy. Man, this is a deceptively complex main theme. With shenanigans, nonsense, and tomfoolery. Is this what's holding this whole thing together? He made that shit relatable to the young adults in their early 20s who weren't sure what to do with their lives. It's a film about relationships, about decision-making, and it's also a film about satirizing dead-end jobs. It does all those things and combines, and it's all very congruent. It all works quite well together. If nothing else, Clerks is inspiring for the success of Kevin Smith. I mean, he just maxed out a bunch of credit cards. I used to remember how much it all cost. It was, for a person with no money, it costs an awful lot of money to make. And sometimes you just got to go all in. And that's exactly what he did. He knew what he had access to when he wrote his movie, so that's what he wrote into his movie. You gotta write wisely if you're writing a movie that's on a budget. If you're writing on a budget, you can't have a fucking opera scene in there. You can't have a grand scale, chase through Central Park. You gotta be able to work within the constraints that are put on you, and he did that quite wonderfully. Favorite scene from this joint is the intercutting of all the stupid questions that Dante and Randall are bandying back and forth, being played by, a couple of different actors in both different times. Things like, what do you mean there's no ice? You got to drink this coffee hot? Or you got hubcaps for a 76 Pinto hatchback? Or, how much are these movies when she's standing right in front of the wall that clearly says $1.99 movies? It's stuff like that. It's very relatable, and anyone who's ever had to work that dead end sales job or any kind of job like that, the customer service job, that's who this movie is for. That's who it's targeted towards. So check out number 88 on our list, Clerks.